This podcast is meant for mature audiences only and contains strong sexual language. Welcome to Sex, Love, and the Black Experience with your hosts, Miss Kiki Love and Miss Nisha B of Orgasmic Melanin Goddesses. We're just two dope sisters who love to talk about sex and give our amazing guests a platform to share their experiences and expertise as it pertains to sex, love, and the Black experience. So let's get started.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Sex, Love, and the Black Experience.
Pew, pew, pew. I'm sorry, I always have to do that. Pew, pew.
We don't have that. We don't have that boom, boom, boom no more. We don't have that no more. But that's all right. We're going to make our own goddamn sound system.
I think we sound good. Pew, pew, pew. Pew.
We going to make our own sound systems. I'm telling you. Welcome back. I'm one of your co-hosts, Miss Kiki Love.
And I'm Miss Nisha B. And this is Goddess Glimpses. So before we bring on any guests, we also take the time to kind of use this as our therapy session. Yes. And we just talk about whatever shit we want to talk about.
Pretty much.
How about that?
Yeah.
So it's what? New Year's Eve.
It's New Year's Eve, yes.
December was pretty cool. We had
It was.
It started off really good.
It did.
Where do we go?
We went to D.C.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was Virginia.
Right. Chantilly. Chantilly, if you nasty. We had an amazing time out there and got to meet some incredible people while we went to Exotica.
Pew, pew, pew.
Right. Exotica was amazing. How was your experience?
I'm going to tell you, I just knew it was just going to be super white.
Yes.
I'm just going to be real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I expected, and which is part of the reason why we do what we do with our expo.
Yeah.
But shout out to Tayomi.
Yes.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yes.
She is part of the Exotica planning committee.
Yes.
She's I don't know her exact role or what her title is, but she helps with Exotica, and the Sexpert Corner.
Yes,
it was like a sea of Black folks.
Yeah,
Black sex positive advocates.
Yeah.
It was amazing. People that we've been fangirling out for years. Like we actually had the opportunity to meet them. People who we watch on other podcasts who are just like doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
And they embraced us. Mm-hmm. When we told them about the expo, they were like so excited about what we're doing.
Right.
So that goes to show that we on the right track.
Yep.
Like what we're doing is needed.
Mm-hmm.
And you ran into somebody special.
I did.
Who'd you run into?
One of my loves of my life. He just don't know it yet. Naked Trumpeter. He's the one of the loves of my life. I feel like he gonna be my husband, maybe. Cross fingers. And I got to meet the one and the only Daddy Hef. And
pew, pew, pew. Both of them.
Listen.
Handsome chocolate men.
Listen. You know I like them. You know I like them seasoned. You know I like them old, a little bit. And that man was he was a man. I'm telling you, there was something about that hug. I felt something. I felt something in that bottom half. I was like, "What are you doing to me, sir? I don't like this feeling." And I got flogged. I did.
I didn't even get a chance to get flogged.
You didn't, because you were
networking.
You were networking your motherfucking ass off, friend. And I will give you that.
Hey.
Like, you were networking. And that's one thing about a partnership, a business lover. When one lacks, the other one takes over. And Nisha knows that I can't stand for long periods of time. And I have issues with that. So she was like, "Friend, I'm just going to handle this business." I said, we was tagging each other in.
Why the twins activate?
Right. We was tagging each other.
I was running around like, hey, oh, you black? Hey, you know we do it melanated sex. Right. But then we had the opportunity to meet someone who is an adult film star here that lives locally here in Phoenix, and I was like, what? You know, and actually, isn't he? He's also up for an award at the AVNs.
Yes.
So
we got to meet some incredible people, and one of my
let's shout out to Dresway.
Yes, Dresway. Yes.
Because that was really awesome.
It was, and he loved my titties. He loved my titties.
Who wouldn't love them titties?
It was like, listen. I'm like, I charge, a fee. You know what I'm saying? I charge for my services, sir. And he was like, yeah, I'm like, I see the work. I was like, I see the work.
I saw his work. He had his iPad up with his some of his films. I was like, damn, he tearing her up in a bit. I was like, okay. No, it was just really cool to connect with people in this, in the sex positive space. We got to meet who look like us.
We got to meet the therapist, our therapist's new friend, Jennifer.
Who knows my brother?
Yeah, right.
Small world.
Crazy. And we also got to meet the legend, Misty Stone.
Yes. Pure.
Like when now,
some of y'all out there know y'all that masturbated to some of her videos, some movies.
Man. But
she beautiful,
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Like she was rubbing on me. I was like, Misty, I'm gonna need you to not rub on me like that, because I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna take that as an invitation to take you home.
She does girl on girl videos.
I know. I'm just saying, friend. But when I told her about the expo, she was like, so what we doing? What? What you mean? She was like, yeah, like, you want me to, like, what we trying to do? Because I'm coming. I said, what? She gave me her personal cell phone number. I was like, I was about to cry. I was like, this just goes to show you that what we are doing is necessary in our community. So 2025, nigga. You think 2024 gonna be pop? Wait till 2025, nigga. Just wait.
We made some really great connections with people who that we giving them enough advance notice. Yep. They will definitely be here. But for 2024, it's gonna be popping because we got, we have got from Royal Fetish Films, amazing couple. Yes. Amazing. Just, oh my gosh, you really have to get your tickets. Yes. They are on sale right now. Yep. Discounted. And they're discounted right now. We have a special code. It's MSE 2024. Yes. And we also have group tickets. Yep. So literally, like, it could be 5 couples. It could be 10 of the girls. It could be 10 of the guys. However, a combination of girls and guys. But 10 people, the ticket is already deeply discounted. Plus, with that code, you get an additional discount. Right. And, who would want to come to our, like, who would benefit from our expo? Like, if you're looking for a unique experience, you know what I'm saying? You want something fun to do. Maybe your girls getting married, or you guys getting married, a bachelor or bachelorette event. Come to the expo. Get your friends together. Have some fun.
It's 2 days of workshops, performances. We have
and sexiness overall.
When I tell you the lineup that we have for workshops and performances, like, I just finished the last of the flyers last night, friend. We have, can I tell the people? Can I let them know the lineup? So we have burlesque performer. It's Candy. She about to blow the
sexy
stage
as
out.
hell. I'm looking at her pictures
I'm
like,
God
cool.
damn. I was like, okay, all right. We have.
But are all these people from Arizona?
No,
they're coming from everywhere because they see the need in this. And we are really big on highlighting Arizona people too. So we do have people from Arizona.
Vibe with Jaren, he gonna set the stage on fire. He gonna do a sexy 1, 2, 3. Listen. I told brother, I said, brother, you gonna have to with them dreads. You know what I'm saying? Go on and do it, friend. Go on and do it. We got we have Dr. Tamara Rose. She's going to literally set the stage on fire.
You guys should really follow her. She is really good.
She's absolutely amazing.
Advice. She has really good conversations that she shares.
Her book signing at Grassroots Bookstore.
So let's talk about that.
Yes, please.
So we did the expo, but we're all about being full circle, right?
Yes.
So we believe in sex positivity. Yes. We believe in sex education. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that we know that's lacking is sex education for our young people, right? Ooh. And because of that, we run into a lot of issues. Like consent is a big issue. That's why you're always constantly finding high schoolers or college students, and there's lawsuits, because of rape allegations and sexual misconduct, all those different things. And a lot of that is due to lack of education. Right. We find a lot of parents are not teaching their children, not necessarily because they don't think it's important. They just don't know how to, or they're afraid to, or they feel like by having that conversation, it's giving consent for them to go out and just have sex. Right. But to be honest with you, these kids are out there. They gonna do what they want to do, whether they're gonna have sex or not gonna have sex. Because when I think of my experience, my mother, the way she explained sex to me was kind of gross, Right. But I felt comfortable enough to come to her and ask her questions. Well, I did, but I didn't have sex. And she talked to me about sex, and I didn't. So just thinking because you have that conversation, that doesn't necessarily mean that your kids are going to go out and do it. You're just equipping them with the information, with the knowledge, or giving them some resources or something, even if you don't know what to say. So what we're doing is so Kiki just said she didn't feel comfortable talking with her parents. So what Dr. Tamara is going to do, she wrote a book called It's Not the Birds and the Bees, It's Sex. Let's talk about the birds and bees. No, it's called sex. That's what it is, okay? Yep. And it's called How to Talk to Your Children About How to Have the Talk about sex with your children. Yes. So this is a free event that we're having the Friday before the expo, right? We felt like this was important, and Grassroots Bookstore felt like it was important too.
Shout out to Brother Ali and Brother Treminkus.
Yes, pew.
My brothers, my road dogs, they literally, because last year when we did the expo, they were very apprehensive. They were like, okay, what is this about? A lot of people were very happy. Let's just be real. A lot of people were very apprehensive with the concept of what we were doing, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't get it. It wasn't clicking for them. And so once we sat down and we literally once they saw the actual clips and videos, and they were like, oh, this is not what I thought that this was going to get, right? So they were like, oh, okay. So once we sat down and we had a meeting with them and we told them our concept of the community event, and they were like, yes.
Right. Well, that was in their wheelhouse.
Right.
So what was important is partnering with people and, finding people and making sure that you're doing something that they feel comfortable with. Right. So the expo itself might not be in their wheelhouse because, again, it's open dialogue. We want people to feel free to have conversations around sex and kink and all different things related to sexual health and wellness. Okay. Right. But having the conversation with our children around sex is very important. And what we love about Grassroots is that they're about community. Yes. And so they know that this is something important. And what we want to reiterate is that it's not about propaganda or putting ideas in your head. You can have whatever values you have as a parent. Right. Keep those values. Right. That's your principles, values in your family. But you can't avoid the conversation with sex, period. So, but you also too have to keep the lines of communication open when it comes to sex. Right. So this is a community discussion. So it's not just really Dr. Tamara just lecturing on it. Like, we're going to ask some questions from the book. We're going to talk about it, but then we're going to open up the floor for parents to have the discussion.
And this is an adult only event, you guys.
No children. Kids, don't bring your kids. And why do we say that? Because we want adults to feel comfortable to be able to ask the true, real questions that they have. And if their children are around or children are present, you don't feel as comfortable to really get down to the nitty gritty when it comes to these conversations. Right. I ran into a lady at an event, and I told her that we were having this event, and she had mentioned to me she had an 8-year-old. Yep. And she was like, "When is your event?" Oh my gosh. She said because her son came into the room and something was on TV, because what happens? Sex is everywhere. Right. In your windows of sex, everything is all on TV. It's everywhere, right? Right. So her child asked the question, and first thing she said was, "Huh?" Yeah. She heard him, but she said, "Huh?" And the child repeated it, and she was like, "Boy, gone somewhere, gone in another room." Right. That is not how we need to have these conversations with our children. And it's about having age appropriate conversations. Right. I'm not saying you get deep into sexual conversations with a 2-year-old. Right. It can be as simple as just teaching them body autonomy. Right. You know body what I'm saying? Parts, the proper names, you know what I'm saying? All those different parts, things. Right. Yeah. How to do it age appropriate, how to do it and then still incorporate your values, but also how to be able to keep the lines of communication open with your children, so that if they do have questions, they can come to you. And if you still don't feel comfortable, where else can you go, or where can you direct them to someone that's going to give them the proper information? Because I used to tell my kids, your friends just as dumb as you, they don't know nothing either, so don't go to them getting all of these myths and saying all this crazy stuff, because I remember the stupid stuff my friends used to say that were actually, they were not true at all. And if I listened to them,
but I was never comfortable, like, because my mom made it very clear from the time, and I've told you this, I, started my menstrual cycle at 9 years old, and then by the time I hit, dating age, because I wasn't allowed to date. My mom just cut that off. Like, no, like, absolutely not. And so, because again, fear of her only daughter, getting pregnant, that was her like biggest fear of me getting pregnant at like 16 or 17. So in order to combat that, it was absolutely not, you're not dating.
But was that effective?
No, it wasn't.
Right. Okay.
So it wasn't effective, and and I was just having this thought this morning. It wasn't effective for me because I didn't understand social cues, right? When now that I'm fully grown and out of my mother's house and dating and things like that, and understanding, men and things like that, I didn't know, like, when me and my ex-husband, when he was courting me, I didn't know that he was actually courting me. I had no idea, because again, social cues. I did not know that he was actually, like, we were dating until my girlfriend, and I think I told this story on the pod. My girlfriend, I was getting dressed and I was putting on my makeup and stuff, and she was like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "Oh, me and Twan, we're going, for his birthday, da 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 da. He wants to, go to dinner." And she was like, "Y'all dating? Y'all a couple?" I'm like, "No, we're not. Like, what are you talking about? We just friends. Like, no, we're not." And she was like, "Yes, you are. You're dating. Like, he is, like, your guy." And I'm like, "No, we're just friends. Like, we're going just hanging out." She was like, "No, y'all are dating. This is a date."
So how did it impact if you didn't have the conversation about sex? How did that affect, like, you going out there and learning sex?
I was having sex. I was having the sex.
And she just didn't know.
She just didn't know. I've been having sex since I was 15.
But did you feel like not having that conversation?
I was always afraid to have the
But do you feel like if you had it or you had been educated that maybe you would have gone about things differently?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But like my mom was a very strict Christian woman. Like our household was very Christian.
But you can
militant.
Be Christian and have conversations about sex.
But back then, it was a no. It was a no child.
I don't know why people think just saying no is gonna make the child be like, okay,
right. But again, like the fact that I'm her only daughter, right, and she's a single parent, and
it's scary,
right? It's very scary. And so me being the oldest of my younger siblings and things like that, just like I'll give you an example. I was on birth control at 20. I started on birth control. I called my mom. Mind you, I'm in college, right? In college. I'm away from home, this and that. I'm in school. And I finally decided I'm going to be put on birth control because I wanted to regulate my menstrual cycle. Called my mom and let her know what was going on. The first thing that came out of her mouth was, who you having sex with?
Just because you on birth control.
Yep. Who you having sex with? You must be having sex with somebody. It wasn't, my daughter's being responsible.
Right.
My, what's going on? Is something going on? She didn't know that I had fibroids because we didn't know that I had fibroids. Like there was no, I didn't know that until later on. You know what I mean? But she didn't know that I needed the birth control to regulate my period. None of that was a conversation. It was, who are you fucking? You must be doing something with somebody's son, right? To do something. It was like that. So again, and I'm 20. I'm fully grown and out of my mother's house. So I was in all of my rights to do whatever I wanted to do. But again, she still had it in her mind that I am this 12-year-old, 13-year-old girl, right? And doing all these things. So again, the conversation, right? And it only takes a conversation. And these are the things, especially in a lot of these strict religious, backgrounds where girls are not allowed to even breathe heavy. Right.
Well, then again, that's why we're saying, so on February 23rd.
Yes.
Make sure you come to Grassroots.
This is a free. I need people in the.
This is a free event, but it's still limited seating. Yes. It's a small. It's only so much seating.
Right.
We'll be rolling out the registration.
Yes.
You'll have the ability to pre-order the book. Yep. So you can even read the book and ask questions.
And get your book signed by Dr.
And
Cameron.
by pre-ordering the book, that guarantees the book signing, her signing your book. So that should be rolling out really soon.
Right.
Again, we are not trying to impose propaganda on people. It's just about having the conversation, how to feel comfortable, why it's important to have that conversation, and how you can still instill your values, your family values in that. It's not about that, but it's still the conversation needs to be had, and why consent is so important, so that young people can understand.
I wish I had this book.
Yes and no. Y'all. Yeah.
I wish that I had this book, and this book is amazing. And Dr. Tamara breaks it down bit by bit, little by little. And I wish I had this book when I was of age to have the conversation with my parents, because my parents never talked to me about sex. My dad, my mom never talked to me about what was going on with my body, what was the the conversation. There was never any kind of discussion.
Right. And that's important. So it's about just leaving the door open, letting your kids feel comfortable to be like, I can go talk to my parents about things, or if something's not right with my body, or if I have a question about something, or or changing the narrative around, that's your uncle or that's your so they going over there and hug them and sit on their lap and all that stuff. Like, these are things that we need to have those conversations about. And so that's February 23rd.
Yes.
Then, so we going full circle, having that education conversation with our kids. Here's some water for you, sis.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And then also having the conversation as adults, because sometimes as adults, again, one day I think what we would do is tell our story why we do what we do. We have to tell our story.
Absolutely.
Mine is about turning 40 and realizing my whole little, just coming out into my own when it comes to, I call it my sexual evolution, right? Still growing, still learning. And then found a husband that's going through it with me. So like feeling truly blessed that, it just all came together, right? But there's so many people that I know that are in my age group, even in your age group, who are, they really want to know about desire and pleasure and love, and even educating themselves just about their health, sexual health and wellness, and learning from people that look like you, because I'm tired of people saying that's white people shit. So we cutting that out. Right. So this is by melanated people, for melanated people, about melanated people. Even the conversations are related to our experience, right?
Yes.
So that was the difference from Exotica too.
Yes.
It's like, it's still, you know what I'm saying? This is an opportunity to share our experiences and to see people that look like us, so that if you're interested in something,
I felt Exotica
you'll find
was
people.
more like a party than anything else. Yes, there was sprinkles of education in there, a little bit, little bits by bit, but it was more of a party atmosphere.
It was more too, it is education, but it was still around sponsorship. So it was still, but I still loved it. Like, we want to go to the one in Chicago and meet people, and that's supposed to be a bigger one. And there's a lot of Black sex positive advocates there that we want to connect with. But we're doing something different with ours. Yes. And then we got a cosplay party, y'all, for our, you know what I'm saying, for our Black nerds. So you can dress up super sexy however you want to be and come to the party.
Like Storm,
and where is it at?
It's going to be at a mansion, a secret, exclusive
a little
mansion.
Sexy mansion.
Look at Julian's face. He is not having any of it. Our producer, our super producer, Julian. Shout outs to Julian, our producer. He's not having any of it, y'all. I asked him this morning. I said, Julian, you gonna come? He's like, absolutely not. I'm not showing up to that.
It would be, listen, people who came last year was totally shocked. Like, oh my God. But we even had people in their 30s who never tested for HIV before.
Right. And
so again, we have on-site testing, it's education, but it's gonna be somebody gonna get spanked up in there. You know what I'm saying? You might see some little spankings, and you might, but you also you're gonna learn about erotic fiction.
Yeah,
you're gonna learn how to do some kind of sexy dances.
Yeah.
It's like some really cool classes we got going on. Cuddling.
Yes,
cuddling is important. So. Don't sleep on this expo. No. We want to keep it here in Phoenix, in the Phoenix area. And so we need to support locally. We got people all over that's just, they clamoring for it. And we really want to keep that support here in Arizona. Because y'all, it's some freaky people here. I done found y'all. Come on through.
We're excited. We are very much excited to have this this experience. I can't wait. I know you can't wait. We have some really, really cool vendors for next year. It's exciting. It's very much exciting, and we can't believe it's already the second one. We're just like, what?
Yeah. And so we asked to, we'll be pulling out we'll be creating a Patreon because we need support. It's like, this stuff isn't free. This stuff costs money to do, and we want people to support us. So we'll be putting that out, and you really feeling what we doing, really make sure that you become a part of our Patreon, that you support us, and that
our membership, because
and we'll be rolling out memberships soon. We'll be rolling out education, all these things. Make sure you rock with us. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at OM Goddesses 20. On IG and Facebook, and OM Goddesses on Twitter. We don't do a lot of Twitter.
We do,
or X. What is it called now? X.
Yeah,
but mainly we're big on IG. We're big on Facebook, and then make sure you you become a part of our VIP list, and that is at omgoddesses.com. That's also where you can get your tickets, and you can use the code MSE 2024 for your tickets for the expo. That discount is a 20% discount on top of, again, we have couples discount. We also have a group tickets. So on top of that, you can get an additional discount.
And you can find the tickets on Eventbrite as well.
Yes, and you can use that code. But if you go directly on our site, the fees are way cheaper. I'm just letting you know that.
We're trying to
we put stuff, to be honest, we put stuff on Eventbrite because people find us that way, right?
Exactly.
People are looking for events.
Yep.
But you rocking with us already. We telling you right now, the fees are cheaper on our site.
Yeah.
Just being real. Excuse me. Eventbrite is not sponsoring us.
No. But no, I'm excited, friend. DC was amazing. We had a great time. We're doing a lot of traveling. Already our calendar for 2024 is filling up as far as travel is concerned, and I'm just excited for 2024. I'm big excited. I'm big excited.
Yep. So you have just listened to Goddess Glimpses, and thank you for just letting us just, get it all out. Sometimes, like Kiki said, this is her time to feel. It's like your therapy session.
It is.
So, but we just had an amazing time. We like connecting with people. We like collaborating with people, and we also looking to collaborate with people in the sex positive space that are melanated,
we have a lot of things.
Doing some events together and working together to help support each other, because we're a small group within a marginalized group, and so we need to support each other and put people on. All right. So thank you for your time.
Thank you guys for listening to Goddess Glimpses, and we'll be back with our very special guest. So stay tuned for that.
Pew, pew, pew.
Thank you for watching Sex, Love, and the Black Experience podcast. Please continue to tune in and keep watching, and follow us at omgoddesses.com. Join our VIP list, or Facebook and IG at OM Goddesses 20 and Twitter at OM Goddesses.